Text is where modern AI shines brightest. If you've used a chatbot, you've already seen it in action. In this lesson, we'll look at three big text tasks AI is great at: writing, summarizing, and translating. For each one, you'll see what AI does well, where it struggles, and how to actually get good results. The key idea to hold on to from the start is that AI is a very capable assistant for text, but the quality of what you get back depends a lot on what you put in. By the end, you'll understand how AI handles text and how to work with it so the output is genuinely useful instead of generic. Let's start with writing. Modern AI can generate almost any kind of text: professional emails, reports and proposals, creative stories, poems and scripts, marketing copy and social posts, technical docs and FAQs, academic essays and study notes, even personal things like thank you notes and speeches. So, how does it work? When you ask AI to write, it interprets your request, draws on patterns from millions of examples in its training, then generates text word by word, predicting what should come next. The result is output that matches the style and format you asked for. It's not looking things up like a search engine. It's producing language that fits the shape of your request, which is exactly why the way you phrase that request matters so much. Here's where most people go wrong. The quality of AI writing depends heavily on your input. A weak prompt is just write an email. AI has no idea who it's for, what it's about, or how long it should be, so you get something bland. Compare that to a strong prompt like the one on screen. It gives the audience the purpose, the tone, and the constraints all at once. The difference is context. Specific prompts give AI context, constraints, and style guidance, so it can actually do what you want. Good practice is to provide context, specify tone, give constraints like length and format, iterate with follow-up requests, and always edit the result. Treat the first response as a draft you shape, not a finished answer. Even with a great prompt, AI writing is a starting point, not a final product. Think of it as a very fast first draft writer, not a replacement for your perspective. Human editing is what turns a decent draft into something worth sending. You add your personal voice so it sounds like you. You verify the facts because AI can state wrong things confidently. You bring emotional authenticity, cultural sensitivity, and professional judgment, things AI simply doesn't have. So the workflow is: let AI get you past the blank page fast, then make it yours. That combination, speed from the AI and judgment from you, is where the real value is. Skipping the editing step is the fastest way to send something generic or wrong. Next, summarization. We're drowning in text, and AI is great at condensing it. It can turn long articles into key points, research papers into plain language summaries, meeting transcripts into action items, books into chapter summaries, and email threads into the main decisions. Under the hood, AI reads the full text, identifies the key information, and then generates new sentences that capture the essence more briefly. That last part matters. This is abstractive summarization, meaning it writes fresh sentences rather than just copying lines out. And just like with writing, you get better results when you're specific. Tell it how long you want, who it's for, and what to focus on. The example on screen asks for 3 bullet points aimed at a particular audience, which is far more useful than just summarize this. You can ask for different shapes of summary depending on what you need. A brief 1 or 2 sentence summary for a quick overview, bullet points for skimming, an executive summary paragraph for reports, key takeaways when you need to make a decision, or a chapter-by-chapter summary for long documents. But summaries have real limits, so use them with care. AI may miss nuance, and subtle points can get dropped. It can introduce errors, especially with technical content. It reflects biases from its training, so some perspectives may be over or underrepresented. And critically, it doesn't verify accuracy, which means a summary inherits any errors in the original. So a summary is a fast way in, not a substitute for reading anything that really matters. Now translation, which has improved dramatically. Tools like Google Translate, DeepL, and AI chatbots handle over 100 languages, preserve context and nuance, work in real time, and even translate speech and images. The big shift is that modern AI doesn't translate word by word. It understands the meaning, generates equivalent text in the target language, and preserves your intent, not just the literal words. That's why translations sound so much more natural now. But quality varies. Common pairs like English and Spanish are generally excellent. Technical content with standard terms is very good. But idioms, cultural references, poetry, and wordplay often lose meaning. And legal or medical documents need human verification. So keep source text clear and simple, avoid idioms, give context, back translate to check, and always have a human verify anything important. These skills show up everywhere. In business for multilingual support, marketing, and documentation. Personally for travel, learning, connecting with family, and entertainment. Professionally in journalism, research, law, and medicine. But there's an ethical side too. Before using AI to write, ask whether it's appropriate for the task, whether you're passing AI writing off as your own, and whether you should disclose the help. Context matters. Using AI to brainstorm, fix grammar, or heavily edit a draft is usually fine. Submitting AI output unchanged or having it write your personal statement usually isn't. Check the policies at work or school, be transparent when it's appropriate, and keep your own voice and judgment. Now, here's the best part. Try it yourself right now. Take that email prompt from earlier, paste it into ChatGPT or Claude, or use the interactive playground on this lesson page at FreeAcademy.ai and see what you get. Then practice editing it to make it yours. That's how this becomes a real skill.